Hello, everyone. This is my current event over the good, bad, and ugly of children under 10 and video games. To first discuss this issue, it would be important to go over some broad positives and negatives of children playing video games. One positive would be cognitive skills development, where children are overcoming challenges and completing tasks and finding out how to solve problems in their own way, which is helping their brains develop. Another one would be motor skills development as they learn how to use controllers and remotes and keyboards. It's really honing in their fine motor skills and allowing them to use the controllers more effectively. And another big pro is also the potential for educational purposes. Some children's games can use, science, English, math, educational topics to make them entertaining and fun and allow children to explore them in a creative way. Now, there are some big cons that go along with it, though. If we're not careful, these can happen to any child playing video games. There can be addictive patterns and overstimulation. Some games featuring bright colors or addictive, sequences, reward mechanics, things like that can, alter children's brains and allow them the opportunity to become addicted to video games. There is also physical health concerns with posture and eyesight strain and things like that that would cause concern for children who are still developing. And the final con that I wrote down today is inappropriate content. Even the most harmless of games have the potential to encourage something like that, especially when children are exposed to social forums on games and things like that. So there are plenty of things to look out for, but also plenty of things to look forward to. Now, to discuss this current event, the most recent issue about this I found was the issue of monetization in video games. Many video games are using in game currency conversion from real money, simple gambling mechanics to encourage spending, and things like, skins and things like that that make children believe that they should be spending more money on the game than they need to. Now, many adults have admitted they've spent too much money on games and bought things they didn't need. So, children who are still developing have the potential to be an even larger victim of this. Now, these mechanics are very confusing, and Australia has actually recently taken steps against it. They passed recently a bill that made any games featuring any of these mechanics I mentioned earlier, the gambling mechanics or the spending mechanics, currency conversion, things like that, they have to be rated M. And in Australia, that means they are not recommended for children under the age of 15. The rest of the world, however, is slow to follow, and many games that do feature this are still rated E for everyone, and children are allowed to play them and buy them wherever. So Australia has set the precedent, but a lot of the world is struggling to follow. Some games that do this now would be Fortnite, Roblox, two of which are very large games for children and things that children can spend a lot of money on. Now, the impact on marketing for this is that it is damaging trust in the gaming industry. People are seeing games use these deceptive mechanics and watch their children fall victim to them, and it is not easy for people to gain their trust back in certain developers after that. There's also a larger demand for transparency, as with the internet, a lot of information is available all the time. So people are seeing people fall victim to this and are demanding games to disclose this information or change these mechanics. And then there's also the issue of regulatory constraints and challenges. Like I said, Australia has changed their laws about how games are rated now, and certain mechanics may get them flagged for rated M, but the rest of the world is not doing that. So, do games include these mechanics? Do they continue to workshop them and make them easier for children to understand? How do you continue to employ them while still maintaining a global market? And so it's becoming more difficult with these changes. Now, there are solutions, and to detail some of them, I want to focus around the 4 C's. The 4 C's could be used to create these solutions. The first one would be content. You could just remove the predatory mechanics in general, all of the gambling mechanics and reward systems that are altering children's brains. You could just remove them completely, which would help people a lot, let people know that you've removed them and that you're changing them. That would be a big plus for people, and I think a lot of people would enjoy that for their children. Now, for Conduit, you could include very transparent disclosures, let people know exactly what is in the games. You have to let them know when they buy the game, before they buy the game, every time, just to let people know that there are these mechanics in the game. So it's like you're not trying to get one over on them or take advantage of their children. For consumption, I think that they should add easy to use parent portals and tools. Now, there are parental controls on a lot of these games. However, many of these games um, require you to go into them. But if you could couple the games with an app or different things that make it easier for parents to find and monitor, then it would make parents feel a lot better about their children playing games so that they could make sure that the content that they're enjoying is acceptable. Now, the final one is convergence. And it's important that if you're going to make these changes and if you're going to want to add these things, you need to have consistent ethical marketing on every platform, TV, in the store, after you buy. There needs to be consistent messaging that you are looking out for the consumer, that you want what's best for their children. And if you can do that in every platform, on every marketing message, then it makes it easier for people to feel comfortable and safe because they've seen it everywhere. And I think that that would be a really big plus for convergence. But that is all I have today. I appreciate you guys listening and letting me talk about this issue. I look forward to your questions in any way I can help you. Here is my references slide. And yeah, thank you so much.